That'll do.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome to All About the Bass. That was very good.
Thanks.
The kids love all that sort of stuff.
Apparently so. I'll try my best.
Hello, welcome to All About the Bass. I'm Nathan.
I'm Lee. Nice to see you.
Yes, and today, look at this.
New stuff.
Yeah, new stuff. Do you know, I was thinking, in the toilet,
Yeah.
like you do.
Yeah.
I did wash my hands afterwards. I was thinking that, you know, we've been doing this for a few years, haven't we?
Yeah,
and, you know, for a lot of that, it kind of felt like, it's another thing. I've talked about this before. Oh, it's another jazz bass, another P bass, blah, blah. Recently, I don't know if it's been anything to do with lockdown or any of that, but a lot of these bass guys have been very fertile with the creativity, because it just recently, you know, we've come in to do these vids, we're seeing this really sort of groundbreaking, new, interesting stuff.
Definitely.
You know, we've looked at the Darkglass Exponent amp, that's amazing.
Yeah.
We'd still look at the Zoom pedal, that's very good.
That's right, yeah, the B6.
You know, and lots of things like that.
Yeah, just seem to be coming out with a few extra gizmos that we haven't seen before, or just something new. Just the sound can be just like something we haven't heard before, you know. So. And
this is another one. This is again from our mates at Darkglass. Hello. In Finland, I can't do the accent, and another really impressive box.
Yeah.
You know, that's quite unassuming when you look at it, but when you get under the hood, does all sorts of really cool things.
Definitely, yeah, and you'll know from Darkglass. I mean, they really do specialise in this, the high end, high gain kind of sound and variants of that. And this is just the next step in the series of the Alpha Omega. So you would have seen the other pedals they've made, but this is the newest incarnation, which is the Photon. So,
the Photon, yes.
Alpha Omega Photon.
Yeah, and it's much improved, I think, over some of the previous things, you know.
Oh man, yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, we'll get into it. I mean, even just the usability on this, and just like sliding digital panels, and as you can see, it's very, very user friendly.
Well, these panels of which you speak, this is the EQ, so that's the first thing that you kind of look at, and you've got like low shelf, and then you know a bunch of set frequencies in between, then a high shelf, and these frequencies are sort of Darkglass's own sort of presets, but you can also change it to some other ones. We'll get into that a bit later. But the most impressive thing is, of course, that you can, it's touch screen. You can just literally do it on the fly like that.
Oh, we like this sort of stuff, don't we?
Yeah, and mess with your EQ that way. So that's rather cool. Yeah. So
totally.
That's flat, look, like that. Yeah. Very nice. And you can do a nice big smiley face on it. Yeah. Lovely, that's good. That's a nice feature. You've got 3 buttons on the front, which essentially, well, first and foremost, you've got 3 presets.
That's it, yeah.
We were looking on that little plane you did at the front, that was B.
Cool.
I don't know what that is.
The R, yeah. Well, is it an R?
It's not an R. It's like
half a T.
It's a Greek thing.
Yeah.
But
our Greek fans, please let us know.
Half a T.
Half a T.
Decaffeinated tea. It's C anyway. In my language, it's C.
A B C. Yes.
Yeah. So it's got a clean bit of dirt and then crazy nuts all out there.
It's easy
that does that.
It. Yeah.
Also, if you combine these foot switches, you turn the whole thing on and off by pressing these 2.
Oh yes, because
careful with that on stage. I would say if you've got big feet.
Yes, I say so.
You press these 2 together. You've got tuner. Let's have a quick look at that.
Oh yeah.
Let's do some tuning. So that's these things up there.
Bing. Slightly over, ding.
Yeah, look, and everything goes green when it's all good.
Green.
So it's nice and easy to see on stage.
Yeah.
There you go, there's your tuner. That's good. And it also works as a mute, of course. That's handy.
Simple as well, which is good.
For when the other bloke that's playing the bass doesn't turn it down.
Yes.
When we're trying to talk. So that's good. Also, these things are rotary encoders. Yes, they are.
They spin as well as
spin, and they do stuff. Look, I start spinning it, stuff's happening here, of which I'll tell you in a minute, because it all does different things. And then, of course, you've got all your lovely pots on the top there, which do, well, it tells you what they do, no mystery there. So compression, like a 1-knob compression. Drive, obvious. This blends between the 2
Alpha Omega
circuits.
Yeah.
Alpha Omega. Blend is between the amount of process signal and the amount of clean,
yes,
I believe, and then overall level. That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, that's good. We'll leave what's on the back till a bit later.
Yeah, cool.
So let's just get into some sounds.
Yep.
Because that's enough waffle in it.
That's all right.
So A seems to be predominantly sort of clean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got to play it. I'll have a fiddle about. We'll see what sounds we can get out of it. Another thing I just remembered. So as soon as you fiddle about, so I'll go back to this as the preset, right? So this is preset A. See, that light is solid.
Yep.
As soon as I touch anything on here, it's what they call breathing. It starts going, and that means that you've changed from the preset. Okay?
Something's
so,
changed.
So you know that you are sort of in an editing process. So just so you know.
Yeah.
Carry on.
No,
sorry to interrupt.
No, not at all.
It's okay, so that's A, and then if you want to save that, you just hold that down, and it goes as a sort of, and that's it. It's saved it. How about that? That's good, isn't it?
That's good.
I've completely ruined whatever preset was in there before. You can get that back later, don't worry.
Yes.
Right, back in your head. So B, this drive channel.
B. Let's have a little bit of a pick. Ah!
Very nice.
Ooh,
and then
meaty.
You got the other one. I forget what they call that on the end, but some other sort of crazy.
It gets crazy.
Crazy sounds.
That's sweet, isn't it?
It's so cool. There's a great thing about these guys at Darkglass. They come up with these brilliant ideas. So as I was going through the blend, you see there, it's kind of red LEDs across the middle, and then as I blend it
towards
around,
the omega, isn't it?
so the 12 o'clock position, we get this sort of lovely purple thing, and then all the way around, and then we got blue.
Look at that.
How cool is that?
So you know where you are. Love it.
It's really, really very good.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the basic functions there.
Yep.
For those presets. Now, also, we were talking about these rotary encoders on the pots.
Yeah.
And so when you start spinning it around, this is the compressor.
Yep.
Cool. The compressor ratio.
Yes.
And it goes through obviously different ratios, and then you can completely bypass it. So when there's no little LED, hopefully you can see that there's a little LED here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
It's difficult, otherwise I've got my fingers in the way, but you can see that changing there. Look, see,
and then it does disappear.
And then it goes off,
yeah.
which is off. So let's try off.
Okay.
You think that do its thing?
Yeah, too
on
right.
the compressor front?
Yeah, I love it.
It's very subtle, isn't it, compression?
It is, yes.
Got to have it.
Very, very, yes.
Now this one here, this rotary encoder here, goes through the different distortion modes.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah. So let's have a go. So that
off.
should be off. That's the different flavours of distortion on there.
Love it.
And then the encoders on the last one are for the cab sim, because this has built-in cab sim as well, which goes everything from off to no cab sim. Okay, so you can have like 5 cab sims saved in there. Right, cab sim, I'm talking about emulations of different cabinets. 4x10s, 8x10s, 1x15s. And you can load those in and download them and store them via, and now here we come to the very next clever thing.
Bear with us, we'll show you.
Because this has Bluetooth built in. Yes, it does.
Oh, yes.
So have you got your phone handy?
Yes, 2 secs.
You get that. So, yeah, this audio's got Bluetooth built in. So pair it up with your phone.
Just as so.
Yes, we did it. I can't remember how we did it, but there's something you press something and it pairs up. And you read the manual. And I had to. So that immediately gives you a very interesting thing. You've got a noise suppressor,
Yeah,
right?
let me go back to that. Right, so you've got signal chain. So there is a noise suppressor that obviously isn't on the front
So
here.
that's good.
Yeah,
give me that
there you
bass a sec.
Here you go.
Give me that!
Sorry.
Language? I say, there's no need for that. Family show. So, yeah, so we've got a bit of, let's have a bit noisy, right?
Yeah. So I'm going
That's a bit horrible.
to turn it off.
So get your suppressor on a bit.
So now, that's off as it is.
Oh,
Straight away on.
Look at that, see?
You can hear it straight away.
How cool is that? No noise.
Yeah, great.
I love it.
And then the next little selection, if you slide down, is the cab simulator that you're using. So
Okay.
everything that's a 410 that's built into that number 2 slot here.
Okay.
But we can change that. You should just
Go through some. Now, I would say they're not changing at the moment, so maybe you've got to hit something to apply that. changed. Okay, so you've got mic placement.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's where we are with this. So we.
So yeah, you've got your cab simulators.
Yep.
You can switch between your different cabinets. Mic placement on there.
Mic placement on these as well. So if you were to pick this, so the 4x12 Darkglass Elite, and then pick a dynamic.
All right, let's see if we can make that make some noise. That's cool.
Or this other placement.
That's good.
Okay.
We like that. So that's that signal chain part of it.
Yes. And then you've got your preset screen here, which...
Now, we had a look at this earlier, and it seems like there's not a whole lot of editing you can do with this stuff on the app at the moment, as far as we can make out.
There's compression amount and attack, like bits like that you can edit, but...
Yeah, but you can certainly save...
Yep, so
copy, save, and do all that sort of... But you can access the presets via that, right?
Yep, just like that. So yeah, between A... whatever might be in D, E, F, these are your users to then add your own sets to, but they're all kind of flat at the moment. So
because there's that whole save thing going on as well, isn't there?
That's right. So yeah, so you can go. What was it? So you're the saving here, and it will let you know, sort of name it, the author, what you want to call it, even to clipboard. So if you wanted to copy a whole info, I think that's when we could. Yeah, we looked at before. You can move it to like D or E or F.
Okay, and then edit it,
and then play around from there.
And also, I guess if you can save it into your phone, you can save as many as you want.
That's true. I think in here you've got.
So you're not just limited to
preset list here. Here we go. So you've got your user section of this.
Okay.
That we just did a test one here just a little while ago. So that's.
And I can see there's an artist folder there as well. So I presume that you can download presets from
their
Darkglass users and maybe the guys that work in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
The engineers there, you know.
Yeah, and there's a thing like John Stockman. I know that I think he's been behind a lot of the sort of crafting of some of these pedals. The guy from Korn. Where was that going to come from? Carnival. John Stockman. So I think that's where his name's coming up a few times, and obviously Nolly as well. His involvement with Darkglass and Dingwall. I think he's got some of his own presets in there as well. So there must be some other artists there, but we're literally just having a quick blitz through.
Yeah, this is interesting because we sort of got into this with the Exponent, didn't we? And sort of because that was great.
Yeah,
you know, we could really edit, get into some really deep editing with that.
Yeah,
and of course they're updating this stuff all the time. So who knows what you can do with this in the future? Right. You know.
Yeah.
So
amazing.
What else is on here? Just inputs and outputs wise.
Oh yeah, there you go.
We've got
DI
input,
around here.
Input that you can on here. I know earlier I saw there's like a pad. If you've got a hotter bass or an active or a passive bass, you can change that.
Yep.
Input sensitivity on here.
You can indeed.
There's an aux in. You've got a headphone out. A little headphone socket there. You've got balanced out, right, left. You've got DI out over here, which is what you're hearing this through. Power supply in. MIDI in. This is a bit of a strange one because MIDI, as I understand it, is 5-pin DIN. The old, and this isn't. This is like this is a small. It's like a mini jack.
Yeah.
But TRS. So the mini jack with tip ring sleeve configuration.
There might be a little external thing you can add from the Darkglass, can't you?
They're a bit vague about it. So whether that's in development or there's something already vague,
check their site out if you're interested in
that. I don't know exactly what that's going to do. Maybe they future-proofed it with that. You've got a USB socket. Now, this is very interesting because, as with a lot of these things these days, you can use this as an interface.
Right, nice.
So you can go straight into your computer, audio-wise, so USB into your computer, and this will go into whatever recording software you're using, and then it will give you the process signal on one side, and it will give you your clean signal on the other side.
Yeah.
So
you can go back to it if you need to.
You can go back and reamp it if you want. That's kind of a nice feature, isn't it?
That's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, and the USB stuff obviously works the other way round, so you can get the editing suite on your laptop.
Yeah.
And then
load into it.
Edit this and put your impulse responses, your speaker, your cam simulators, and presets, and do all your editing and stuff via your computer. So yeah.
That's wicked, isn't it?
That's a lot in that box.
Yeah, and I think like we were saying at the beginning, this the feel of new accessibility or new bits of technology like this that is straight onto the phone as certain things that will then go real time into the unit you're using.
Yes.
Obviously, there's been different incarnations over the years of other people and brands trying to get to that. I think, but this is just. It's pretty swish. It feels like, say, it moves.
They're definitely seem to be at the cutting edge of this sort of thing, don't they? Darkglass.
Yeah,
they're right up there, and they have been for a few years. But this is really ahead of anything they've done before.
Totally.
And as far as accessibility and being able to mess with it and control it and save it and store it and all that sort of stuff. So very good.
From their other pedals, like even this original Alpha Omega, I think that only had one stomp. So even though there was the Alpha and Omega distortion circuits in it, you have to still play around with sort of mixing between the two. Obviously, with this, you can load up endless amounts of preset effects that are there. Yeah,
and when you get the sound just how you want it, save it, and it's always there to come back to.
That's it.
Yeah. So there you go. There you go, kids. So obviously the one thing we haven't discussed: how much is it?
Good shout. Now I think we said I'm going to clarify this.
479.
Well, I remembered that.
Did you?
Yeah.
I knew it was about 400 and something, but yes.
Because it's obviously that's quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it does a lot.
It does indeed.
It does a lot of stuff. If you're a Darkglass fan, then you're going to like this. You're going to love it. Because if you like the Darkglass sound, this has obviously got it in spades.
Yeah, with usability to really expand it.
Yeah, it's got to be their sort of flagship pedal, I'd imagine, at the moment.
Yeah, I think that it seems like with the Adam that came out quite recently as well, is a similar designed kind of pedal, and that's I think they're going into these slightly chunkier chassis to them, and obviously does
the Adam have that same accessibility?
I think yes, it definitely has the sliders and everything as well, like this does, but I'm pretty sure it's mapped exactly the same. So you've got these 5 presets and everything as well for each one.
But with a different flavour then?
Different flavour. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know what, can't remember off the top of my head what Adam stands for, but it does mean something.
I thought it was the name of that.
Adam Nolly.
Yeah.
Yes, and it also stands for something. ADAM. Let us know in the comments. You'll know.
Make something up.
Yeah.
To amuse us.
Yes.
We like to be amused.
But with the sounds like that, it might be that everything coming out now, they might sort of update into a similar sort of unit, So.
Watch this space.
Absolutely.
But another really nice box from Darkglass, because we looked at the Exponent, didn't we? 500.
Yes.
Amazing. If you haven't seen that yet, go and watch that video, because that's a really great amp. If you're in the market for a new amp, you got to check that out, because that's way ahead of the field, isn't it?
Mixing the kind of tones and everything and the Bluetooth connectivity of this, but putting it into an amp ready to go, giggable amp. So.
And talking about previous videos,
yes,
you might want to
click up here if you so wish. If you've enjoyed this video, please like down below. That'd be amazing. If you haven't, then do the other one, but not so interested.
I always let them do that bit, because I can't take it seriously. Just randomly pointing at the floor and
click subscribe if you haven't.
I've seen them doing it on that YouTube they have now these days, but I can't be doing it myself. I can't take myself seriously. So I'll let you do that. You're very good at it.
I'm getting there. It's been a few years.
Very good. It's the kids, you see, it's the youth of today. They know how to interact with the people. Anyway, very nice.
Yes, thanks Darkglass.
Yeah, another great box. Yes.
Sweet.
No, I'll move on. I hope you enjoyed this.
Yes,
thanks for watching. It's been All About the Bass. I've been Nathan.
I've been Lee.
And hopefully see you next time. Don't forget to click on the heart. Bye now.
Ta-ta.